Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to go over with you some of the recent news that are coming out of freightways about the barges and the droughts that are severely affecting our shipments that are coming down these barges and these rivers. So the Mississippi River is in an extreme drought right now, and about 94% of our agriculture gets shipped on the Mississippi River or through the barges, and 92% get shipped on the Mississippi River. And that's going to include anything from coal to fertilizer to corn and grain and soybeans. All of that stuff gets shipped on these barges. So here's an article from October 13th. It's funny to me because when I think it's just a few days old now, it feels like it's like old news, right? So here's the latest supply chain crisis could threaten global stash of food and energy. About 60% of grain and 54% of soybeans and exported are moved from these barges. The barges touch more than 1/3 of the exported coal as well. And then I'm going to play the short video for you from NBC.
We don't have anywhere to go with all the grain because it's middle of harvest. Water woes on the Mississippi. Many businesses and ports along the river are struggling with shipments. Water has reached levels that many have not seen in a decade.
We operate optimally about 22 foot at the Osceola marker. Right now, we're currently operating at below 8 foot or below 7 foot right now, which is very difficult to operate around.
So I want to remind you that in order for them to be even able to ship these boats, they need at least 9 feet. And right now they're operating at 7 feet, where it's nowhere near the height that they needed. And it's an extreme low that they haven't seen in probably well over 10 years. And let me give you an emphasis on, here it's talking about the barge rates, that it's up by 200%. And the amount that gets shipped is dramatically different. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking for, oh, here it is. Okay, barges are a quick and very easy export agricultural goods. One 15 barge tow can carry the same amount of freight as 2 108 car freight trains or 1,500 semi trucks. So for them, in order for them to just ship one 15 barge tow is equal to over 1,000 semi trucks on how much they're able to export on this Mississippi River. And so this is going to put a severe supply crunch on what we're going to be seeing in the stores, and especially to our cattle, because a lot of our cattle gets the corn and the soybeans for feed. So farmers are going to be really struggling in being able to feed their animals. Let me see here what else I got. Okay, they're just talking about that it's going to be even a more extreme drought throughout the next few months. Here's another article here. This one was from Natural News. Barge apocalypse unfolding as the rivers dry up, leaving farmers and coal producers with no transportation. Now, I want to just also remind you, with the coal transportation, if we don't have coal, we don't have energy. And you see what's happening over in Europe and in Germany right now. So here it's talking about 60% of grain and 54% of soybeans for the U.S. export are moving from these barges. 92% of the agriculture output is ran from the Mississippi River. This goes into the freight of what I was just talking about. Coal can't be transported to farms' crops and are sitting on the banks of the rivers. So because they cannot move these soybeans, they're putting them in piles on the side of the rivers. And whenever these beans are just sitting there, they're going to end up growing mold on them. And here's a video of the soybeans piled up on the side of the road. That's just a tent right there, or like a tarp. So that's a tarp that it's covering right there, where it says that they're just piling up beans along the side of this river. As beans and other crops sit on the outside, they begin to grow aflatoxins, extremely toxic liver damage chemicals produced by agricultural molds. Aflatoxins are the #1 killer to livestock here in America, and they can also cause liver damage and other deaths in humans. Guys, this is not good if we're getting some old beans or soybeans, corn, or anything like that, and we're feeding them to our animals or even consuming them ourselves. This is highly dangerous in order for us to be consuming anything like this. So with the droughts, most of you should know already that it's from the geoengineering and the chemtrails that they're using. So the White House finally has come out and confirms that geoengineering is being used under the Congress of 2022. Okay, so here it's just talking about how they have confirmed it, because now they're saying, what is solar geoengineering? This is out of CNBC. Once the dystopian fantasy manipulating sunlight to cool the earth is now on the White House research agenda. So what they're saying is that they're going to start using geoengineering to block the sun. They are claiming that this is to cool the earth, to prevent global warming, which is all BS. We should know this by now. They're just doing it in order to push their agenda. Now, this is what they're talking about here, the whole global warming. Also, in order to produce photosynthesis, photosynthesis is something our crops have to have in order to be able to grow. This is what grows our flowers and our leaves and the stems. We have to have photosynthesis, and photosynthesis is used and created by sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. Now, they have also created a system that they're sucking out the carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. They're blocking the sun with the chemtrails, and now we are having severe water droughts. So what is this going to do to our food supply? It is going to demolish it. It is going to destroy it. And that's why although if you know how to grow food, this is highly important. That is some of the most nutritious way that we can be able to have food. But if you are not saving food right now, while you can still get it in the grocery stores, while you can still order it, you take a very high chance of not eating. So although being able to grow food is going to be highly important, if by some chance we can't grow food, or if the weather's not permitting, or if they're blocking the sunlight, or maybe even we can't even get seeds, preparing your food right now is going to be most important. This was another article. This was produced yesterday. Mississippi River drought wreak havoc across America food supply. And what they are doing, what I wanted to show you this one for, number one, the price increase, it has jumped from $28 to $105 just within 1 year. So this is going to also affect the inflation on prices that we are getting from food at the grocery store and for feeding our animals. The main reason why I wanted to show you this one, let me see if I can find it. They were saying that they had to file, here it goes right here. One of the largest barge business operating in Mississippi recently notified customers that it was invoking force majeure for their contracts. And what this means is that they are violating their contracts. They are breaking their contracts by filing force majeure, that they cannot hold up to their contracts because they can't produce and get the goods. And this is they can only do this through natural disasters. And so if they are unable to meet their contracts and they cannot be able to ship their grains and their coals, they're breaking their contracts with the oil suppliers, with the manufacturers that maybe create animal goods. There's mostly a lot of processed food is made with corn and soybean. I personally do not recommend eating stuff like that. However, the majority of the population do eat those type of foods, and we're going to start seeing some serious shortages. Let me play this video for you.
Bill, good morning. Good morning, Tom. In fact, right now, the water level on the Mississippi River is so low, the U.S. Coast Guard says at least barges have drowned out, getting stuck in the sand and the mud. Nearly the entire Mississippi River basin, we're talking about from Minnesota all the way down through Louisiana, has been below normal. It's not gotten enough rainfall since late August.
that is forcing limits on how much cargo these barges can carry so that they don't sit too low in the water. Now, one of the groundings near Lake Providence, Louisiana, actually brought river traffic to a halt, leaving dozens of tows and barges lined up in both directions, waiting to get by. In fact, to keep the river flowing, some parts of the Mississippi are being dragged. Here in Memphis, the river.
So basically, all he's just talking about is that a lot of shipments cannot get through. They did decrease it down to where it was just like a one-way traffic, but now a lot of them can't even get through. So again, I just wanted to bring this to your attention so that way you have an idea of what was going on. And that if you, being the fact that you have time to prepare, I suggest you getting ready, getting prepared now while you still can. And just stacking up as much as you possibly can. And please share this information. If you appreciate these videos, please like and share and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. I'm still working on a lot of the technical part of it. I'm still learning how to do the whole video editing and all that stuff. So just bear with me as I'm just trying to help be able to influence the information and spread the information, being that the truth is being held from us. And it's just going to take all of us to be able to keep sharing truthful information. Thank you so much. And I wish you the best. God bless.